man, life is so short. Like, you got to really be intentional with the things you're doing. If you want to move, stop talking about you want to move, actually get out here and do it. And once I put myself in that situation and learn how to walk and all that, the next path was moving.
Welcome back to the Power of Healthy Habits. Black man, what's up? If you're here for the first time, welcome, enjoy, and subscribe. If you're back, welcome back, and I hope you're ready to keep stacking healthy habits. One fundamental habit at the basis of the topic today is one that we're already doing, and that's reading. But today we've got a special guest, and this brother is a husband, a father, an author, a travel agent, an entrepreneur, and we're going to be talking about his book today, which is Breathe Brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please welcome special guest, Samul Beal III.
I appreciate the invitation, man. I appreciate it.
No doubt, bro. Happy that I had an opportunity to be introduced to your book. I know a little bit about some of the things that you've been doing. We want to get into the book, but before we get too far into the book, I'd like you to talk a little bit about your brand, which is Black Male Therapy. Okay. And once we start talking about that, I think some of the questions that I have, which are probably going to relate to the book, will just come out naturally.
Okay. Well, as he stated before, my name is Samul Beal III. I am a Detroit native. I'm 29 years old. The original brand is Teammate TV. That's the parent brand over everything. And below that, I have a brand, Black Male Therapy, which is just me connecting with other Black men. It's not specifically, well, it is for Black men, but other men who can relate and understand what's going on. They're invited to come. I have women who share stuff and tell me about what their husband's going through, all type of things. I created that, man, just as an outlet. Honestly, an outlet for myself, first and foremost, just to be able to breathe, be able to release, you know, because therapy is very expensive and it's not that easy to find. So I just wanted to create something to kind of bridge that divide a little bit if possible.
You're also a content creator along with your wife and family.
Yeah, so it's evolved into a lot now with children, but originally it was just content creation with me and my wife, exploring our travel journeys around the world. We've branched out into our own individual brands as well. She has her individual things, I have my individual things, but they all come back to the main parent company of Teammate TV.
With Black Male Therapy being one portion under the umbrella, the book then evolved from that as well?
The book came from Black Male Therapy, which started as a podcast, which evolved into a series of books, this being the first one that was just released last year.
Okay. So I've read the book. And
I appreciate you.
Yeah, no doubt. I appreciate you. And I've thought a lot about it since I've read it twice now. And one of the questions that I have is at the intro, you're very specific in kind of letting people know, take a pause. Was that something that I know was intentional, but with the reader in mind, is there a reason that you started the introduction of the book? I can't remember exactly how it reads, with that pause.
Yeah, man, it was a reason because, like, I don't know how every man's life goes. I don't know how every man's mental capacity is, how their wheels are turning throughout the day. But I know a lot of times we may be overstimulated. We may have a lot going on. And with this book, when people sit down, I just want them to just breathe, let the weight go, just like get us a fresh perspective. If you don't take that breath and you got all this anger, this built up hostility, all of that, the book might not connect with you the way that I made it to connect with you, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I like the way the book is structured too, because it's kind of relatable from beginning to the end if you're working through something. So like beginning with the pause helped me take reference and like chill. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, especially when we don't really read for real after leaving school, a lot of us just read because we got to.
Correct.
And then it's not fun anymore. So then you never reading. So then when I read that, it put me in the mindset of like, this is really something that is for me and something that I want to do.
Yeah, and I feel like that was kind of the plan. Like even when I was writing it, it was like I was getting frustrated because I got so much I want to say. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to connect with people. Like, are they going to read it this way and interpret it this way? So it was a lot of just moving parts with me writing the book that kind of like slowed the process down. So I just had to just breathe. Like, just breathe. The people that are meant to get this book are going to get this book. the people that aren't, it just may not be for them. Everything ain't for everybody. So I just had to put that in my mind and understand that, and it helped me get past the writer's block, get past the confusion and the frustration that I was dealing with while writing.
That's what's up, because you completed it. And there's a lot of people that had an idea, the thought, and they just, they start, but you actually completed it. And I think the way it's written is written in a way for people to engage, and they'll actually finish it. I think that relatability for people who, I'm thinking of some people that may not think that reading is for them, maybe for some reason.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because like I was telling you before, I made the length of the book the way it was for a reason. I'm trying to reach out to people who may have the same background as me, not exactly the same experiences. It don't have to be from the same place, but sometimes you just want to get to the point. I don't need to give you 35 chapters to get to the point of exactly what I'm trying to talk about. I want you to feel it. I want it to be direct, and I want it to be impactful. It's not a book where I have the answers and I'm telling you, hey, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. That's not what it is. It's just me sharing with you what I've been through. And if you can relate, hopefully some of the things that you can relate to and some of the solutions or habits I've gained to learn how to help myself through these things can help you as well. And that's just all it's about, like just taking one step at a time, one breath at a time, and hey, just getting through it.
That's what's up. So tell me about how it seems like the moment that you left Detroit was kind of like the moment where you kind of had the awakening, like maybe it's not just me.
Man, I would say it was a little bit before Detroit. I had an accident on Christmas Day. I believe it was 2018. We flipped on a freeway coming back from Ypsilanti. So, like, man, I couldn't walk. It was crazy. We flipped over. I'm grateful to be alive, basically.
Okay.
So after that moment, it was just like, man, life is so short. Like, you got to really be intentional with the things you're doing. If you want to move, stop talking about you want to move, actually get out here and do it. And once I put myself in that situation and learn how to walk and all that, the next path was moving. And right after I learned how to walk, I moved to Houston because it was like, I'm tired of talking about it. I don't want to die somewhere complaining, saying I want to move or I want to be able to experience new things. And once I did that, like so many doors started opening for me as far as opportunities and just creativity in general, like just getting outside of that box that I grew up in and I was comfortable with. Leaving that allowed me to just open up.
That adds a new dynamic. I didn't know that you were in an accident. Not that you had to come close to realizing that, anything can happen, but it sounds like that was a moment that kind of thrust you into taking action.
Absolutely. It took a lot of physical therapy, a lot of forgiveness, a lot of understanding, a lot of things that I don't think I had prior to this event. I wasn't the person driving the car, so you might feel some type of anger towards people, and you know what I'm saying. It was just a process of going through that, and that process also built, I feel like, more character. It built me into what I needed to become. Like once I moved and start facing different adversity that I may have not faced in Detroit. Things change. In Detroit, you might think it's real rough until you go somewhere that's 3 or 4 times bigger, and you're like, whoa, okay, I thought I had something going on.
Right.
This is different, and that's just what I needed to do, I think.
Okay. So when you recovered, how did you make the decision to move to Houston? Was it something that you...
So moving was already the topic of conversation with me and my cousin. Me and my cousin that I moved with is the ones that we got in an accident together.
Okay.
So moving was always the topic of conversation. When the accident happened, it kind of slowed down the progress. But as I'm going through physical therapy and learning how to walk again and rebuilding my strength and all of this, I'm just like, nah, man, we got to go. So it was between Phoenix, Las Vegas, and Houston. But the cost of living in those other 2 places was just way too astronomical. And then we were like, okay. We took a trip to Houston, and it was nice. And we were like, okay, we got us a place, and that just was it. We didn't really put too much thought into it. As long as we had enough money to pay our rent and figure it out, that's what we did.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, man, I gotta get out here and just do it.
Yeah, figuring it out.
Yeah. It's not too many resources to tell you how to do this. Step A, B, C, D, and if you waiting on it, you're never gonna do nothing.
Right.
So
the reason that I was trying to get to that was I'm trying to understand how you started meeting people that kind of opened up your eyes that, okay, this, maybe I'm not the only one. And that's important because you dedicated this book to the brothers who feel like they might be the only one at this moment in time. Maybe they're experiencing overwhelming situations. So how did you start connecting with people after you got out of your comfort zone?
Honestly, man, I was even connecting with, I honestly feel like I have been connecting with people even before that. I just wasn't aware of, my voice, I guess, or me saying something and people actually listening.
Yeah.
I've always been told, like, even in grade school when I was doing the wrong things, I was told, you very influential. People listen to you, people follow you. And I was just like, yeah, whatever. I'm just cracking jokes. But as I got older, I started to learn, like, and understand, like, when I reach out to people and they reach out to me for advice, they really take that advice and, use it. When they ask me about my experiences, they really utilize those things. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, even just DMs from people who don't follow me. Before I had the Black Male Therapy page, just asking me like, man, I'm proud of you, man. How did you get to this point? Or can you help me figure this out? Whether it be me doing mortgage loans at 18, 19 years old, or, getting a new car, just anything that I could do to help people. I just always felt like, not my responsibility, but I would want somebody to do that for me if I was in that situation. Because coming up, I had to figure out pretty much everything on my own. Wasn't nobody there to, hey, help me out with this. Hey, pick me up if I fall. I had to fall, dust myself up, and get up and keep doing it. So if I can help a young brother not fall in the same spot that I fell in, that's just, what I wanted to do.
So it basically came natural to you.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, the chapters are in a sequence that make a lot of sense of telling the story of where you saw your father being an example, and then experiencing things on your own. You basically couldn't let, you mentioned in there, never let them see you sweat.
Man, I grew up on that saying.
Right.
I grew up on that saying, man. That's the truth, man. It don't get no better than never let them see you sweat, because it's like, if you got it, they don't know if you got it. Right. If you don't got it, they still don't know if you got it. So it's like, you never know what I'm going through unless I tell you. Just like you stated, man, I didn't even know that you was in an accident, or things I tell people that they never knew. It's like, for me, that's another version of never let them see you sweat. Because I don't want to see myself as a victim. I don't want to see as life happening to me, because life happened to everybody. Right. So it's just like, it's just an experience, an obstacle, something I got to overcome, and that's what I'm gonna do. And okay. That's just how it goes.
So how does that play into the because we're talking about breathe, because we hold a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. I understand that perspective. Never let them see you sweat. So everything is under the surface.
Mm-hmm. The never let them see you sweat mindset it doesn't correlate with the breathe brother aspect. Right. That was just something I was taught growing up that helped me understand, like, it kind of put me in the spot of, like, opinions don't matter. It kind of put me in the spot of anything I'm going through, I'm going to get through. It just built that determination and that, I don't know, I can't think of all the words right now, but it just built me up to be a person that wasn't fickle. Like, I was able to withstand the storms that I came in contact with. And that's what the never let them see you sweat aspect was from a single dad. Okay. So if you don't have a single dad, you may not understand it. If you don't have, I don't know. Everybody may not understand it. It's just, for me, it's just like, people don't have to know everything that you're going through.
Agreed.
They don't.
Agreed. And then in your evolution, mm-hmm. you began to realize, it seems that, okay, I'm carrying too much. So in the book, you talk about how you transitioned a bit to getting to the point where you realize, hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? I need a break. For our viewers, I'm just trying to just understand more about how you can do that in a way where you don't feel like you're sensitive, or like, because sometimes as men, mm-hmm. we feel like we can't ask for help. Mm-hmm. I agree. And you talk about that in the book.
Mm-hmm. For me, I think it's just about surrounding yourself with people that genuinely and truly care about you. If you're around those people that when you express the things that you need to express, like, even if it's something that you're like, man, I know this might seem small, it might seem minor, but once I get this off, I'm gonna feel like a new person. If you express yourself and you're around people that's laughing at you, that's calling you a little B, or, all of these little things, then those aren't the right people to experience your next growth, like, if that makes sense. You may be around a circle of people now, but that don't mean those same circle of people are gonna be around in your next chapter, your next evolution as a person. Right. You got to evolve and shed those, shed off that extra weight sometime, and that extra weight may be people that you love. It may be family members. It may be friends. So, as a part of that, the biggest part is getting away from people with the negativity, like, full of negativity. You got to get away from that.
Okay.
Because the negativity is you're going to feed into it. You know what, man, heck yeah, they are treating us bad. Man, now that you said that, they are doing us bad. We should be mad. Like,
Yeah.
and you wasn't even feeling that way.
Yeah.
Before somebody started getting you all amped up and putting that battery in your back. So it's just steps I feel like that I've had to learn and go through that I feel like other people need to learn and go through as well. We don't have to, just because it's your homie, just because you grew up with them, just because it's your blood, that relationship does not have to be forced. It don't.
Right.
Especially if it's not, conducive to your growth. If it doesn't help you grow in a direction that you need to be growing, you got to eliminate it. You got to cut ties because you're not going to grow without it.
Right.
All them dead leaves going to take your energy away.
Right on. Right on. So one of the initial things to kind of keep in mind, especially, I don't know how you would word this, but this is just how I'm summarizing it in my mind based on what I know about the book and what you just said, is when you're getting ready to go into your next level of growth, maybe one of the easier, more difficult things to do, but it's necessary, is to distance yourself from those things or those people that aren't contributing to the growth.
I agree.
And that can, do you think that would be maybe like a lonely road sometimes?
It is. Man, I've been on a very lonely road, man. I got family members I don't talk to. You wouldn't even know I got 14 siblings, bro. Like, I don't talk to none of them. Like, and it hurts some days, like, you know, holidays and things like that. When you see people with their family, you be like, man, I wonder what it'd be like if all of my people knew how to act and we all got along and we was kumbaya when we got together. But then you think about it like, nah, man, you're going to have this person beefing with this person doing this with this person. And I just choose my mental health and my peace over all of it. So if I got to be a little lonely to have peace, I have to accept that. And that's just, you know,
that's the dynamic.
That's the dynamic. That's what you have to weigh. The pros and the cons of it. You may be without family, you may be without friends, but you'll have peace. Is your peace worth more than your family and friends, or is your family and friends worth more than your peace? Right. Some people need to have family and friends.
This segment was proudly sponsored by Michelle O'Shea Premium Athleisure Apparel, designed for movement, confidence, and style, whether you're at the gym, in the airport, or exploring a new city. From workouts to weekend getaways, Michelle O'Shea keeps you looking sharp, feeling comfortable wherever life takes you. Discover the collection at michelleoshea.com. Thanks to Michelle O'Shea for supporting our program. One part of the book that I think was a little bit of a surprise for me, and I think it got me into a mindset that this is probably a book I could read 4 times a year, quarterly, and that's the reflection part.
Okay.
Because life is changing. You know, what's happening in the winter, spring, and fall could impact how you feel about things. And you ask some real questions in the reflection pieces. And I can see how in the evolution of things, in the evolution of life, probably before the accident, the answers to some of those questions in the reflection probably were real different
100%.
before and after. So with respect to the reflection part only, did you have in mind for people to want to read the book continuously?
Yes, because, okay, like I told you before, this book isn't about money. It isn't about sales. It's about actually connecting with people. And the goal is, if it's something that you connect with or it's something that you can use as a tool, please keep using that tool. So if the reflection piece has brought you to a place of asking yourself questions that you've never asked yourself before, that's great. I want you to keep doing that until you got an answer. When you come past it the first time, you may not be able to answer that. You may not have been through any of these experiences. You may not even have you might not even have those topics on your head.
Right.
But you may go through something this spring, this winter, this fall, or any one of your seasons that change all of that. And you like, yo, let me see if this book read the same as it did before. Because I know I've read books, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, as a kid that I read as an adult. I understand completely different. And that's kind of something I wanted to do. I wasn't just looking to be like, oh, let me put something out here that people can read and then let me get the next thing to them. It wasn't really like that, which is why I haven't been pushing the other books out. I kind of want to get this one some traction and kind of get it seen and noticed. That way I can get feedback and help me with the next book. I don't want to just push it out, like, because I could. I mean, it's not that hard, but that's not the goal. I want to connect, build a community, and understand what it is from the people within my community that I can do to help or that I can find solutions, that type of thing.
Okay, so where can people find the book?
So it's on Amazon for the physical copy, but you can go to teammatetv.com and go to the shop. The book is on there. The digital copy is a little bit cheaper than the physical copy if you want immediate access, but also the link to Amazon is also on the website if you want the physical copy and you want to feel it in your hand.
Can you leave reviews on teammatetv.com? Or how can people get feedback to you?
You can get feedback to me. That's a great question. I haven't even thought about it because most people just come to the Black Male Therapy page on Instagram. But you can come message me on Black Male Therapy on Instagram. And once you do if you buy it on Amazon, you can leave your review there as well. And send me an email, iamsambeasy@gmail.com. I'll put that in the book description on the website. That way, when you buy it, you also have contact with me.
And I'll add it somehow to the description or to the video.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt. So you were mentioning other books. So are they intended to be sequels? Are they intended to be just on a completely different level, different brand?
No, it's a Breathe Brothers series. As of right now, I have 10 titles, but I don't know if I have 10 books.
Okay.
I have 10 titles of where I want to go. I have the summaries written, have the breakdown of how I kind of want to do chapters. Because like I told you, I have a lot of chapters already written that I want to kind of figure out where I want to put them. But the feedback and the understanding from the community or the people that's reading it will help me gauge towards where I need to be going next. Because the goal with this book was to be that soft opener. It's to be an introduction. I want to let you know who I am prior to anything else. That way, when you read the next book, you can kind of understand why I'm thinking like this, why I'm speaking like this, why I'm relating to things this way. If I just jump out and just start telling you about stuff, you're going to be like, wait, who is this dude? Where he from? What he talking about? How we get here?
Yeah.
So this was that soft opener to give you the transparency, the vulnerability in my life and the things that I've been through to help you understand, like, yo, I'm an ally. I ain't here to, judge you. I ain't here to make you feel inferior. None of that. We all got our own journey we must go through. I'm just trying to help people on theirs because I still need help on mine. So me helping other people kind of helps me because it's therapy for me.
Yeah, that's what's up. And it feels like it'll be full circle within the Black Male Therapy piece, getting back to kind of like the topic of the book, but in the therapy lens. You mentioned in the book, therapy isn't cheap.
It's not.
And and having a book that kind of asks some of these questions, it may not be like a therapist, but if I'm an individual who doesn't have access to therapy, but I haven't heard some of these reflection questions that make me think about, what am I really experiencing? That can be an opening way, especially for Black men who may not want to go to therapy to,
Man, listen,
start.
I've been doing research. Like, I don't want to step into mental health. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a doctor. I don't want to step into this realm without being aware and doing my research of what's going on. In the last 6 years, it said our suicide rates among Black men is up over 29%. And we're not talking about all Black men, specifically between the ages of, 9 to 19 years old.
Oh, Black youth.
Black youth are killing themselves at an all-time high right now. And you ask yourself, why? Where they daddy at?
Yeah.
Their daddy can't be there because he ain't learned how to process the trauma he was dealing with.
Yeah.
You can't be there for your child and raise him if you ain't there. So it's like, I'm just trying to reach people wherever I can reach them at, man, and do what I can to help. I'm not a therapist, but I know therapists ain't coming and knocking on people's doors. Like, hey, you need some therapy? Like, I got free therapy. Like, look, man, it's a $10 book, digital copy, $20, what's the name? As I build the community, I'm gonna be finding more resources, more connections. I would love to get some Black therapists involved to where they can give me their thoughts and their opinions, and I can put their excerpts into the book, that type of thing. I just want to build it out like full circle to where it's actually a resource. Like, I don't want to keep talking about resources and what we don't have. I'll be somebody that actually created one.
Sure.
So, and it ain't, like I said, it's not all about me being your doctor, me preaching, me doing none of that, man. It's like sometimes we got to complain. Sometimes you got to let out the anger. Sometimes you got to cuss a few times and let somebody know how you truly feel. All of that is a part of the process of growing and getting to where we need to. If you got to cuss amongst us to not cuss at your wife and kids when you get home, please, let's do that. But that's just where I'm at. So,
okay.
When you say things, even if you planned it in a joking manner, it's something you really thought about. Yeah. You feel like people really don't love you. You feel like don't nobody care about your existence, that type of thing. And we got to get past that. Like, you here for a reason, bro. Don't feel like you got to take your life. Like, that ain't where we trying to be with it. So I don't know what I can do. I'm gonna just do what I can. So
That's a good segue into this chapter, which definitely doesn't lighten the load of what we were just talking about. Chapter 7 is one that resonated with me, which was letting the weight off.
Mhm.
I think for people who are experiencing, I don't know what a youth could be going through that would make them feel like that, but as an adult, when the weight is too heavy, most of the time, I think when adults choose to commit suicide, it's because something's bothering them that they feel like they can't change. Maybe it's financial, or maybe it's something that uh, they feel like they're trapped. I don't know. I haven't been in that situation, but let the weight off resonated with me. That chapter. Do you remember writing that chapter, or how you felt when you were going into this phase of the book?
I think letting the weight off was probably like it was probably one of my I don't know what is it. It's one of my. It was probably my grieving stage. Yeah,
Sorry,
I think letting the weight off was my grieving stage after losing my daughter. When I lost, like when we lost her, I was just like a person that had to be the strongest for my wife because it was like nobody there. Like I told you, when you make these decisions for your peace, you get all it's lonely nights, it's lonely days. So oftentimes it's just me and my wife. So at that time, it was one of those situations where I had to be strong for her, but I ain't had nothing covering my back. So it was like, okay, I can be as strong as I could be, but after a while, it's like, damn, I need something too. And I'm not saying she couldn't be my support, but she didn't know how. She was trying to be strong for herself. So it was like, it was one of those moments. And I think that's kind of what put me in the phase of writing a book. It caught me, it literally gave me the title and everything. Just like breathe. Like just breathe, brother. Just breathe. Like just if you just start breathing, things will get better. And that's like, okay, I started breathing. It stopped being so dark. I stopped seeing red.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped being so angry. And I was like, okay, let me just start like typing this out. Let me start putting these words on a pad and see if I can get this out and if it'll let me feel better. And that's kind of where it went.
Okay.
So I think chapter 7 might have came before chapter 1, honestly.
Okay.
But like I said, I'll just be trying to navigate the book so that it reads well and it connects with the reader. So yeah, that was a very that was a very emotional portion of writing because it was real. Like I said, I was vulnerable and transparent as possible in this book just to let people know, like, I'm not better than you. I'm not superior. I ain't on this mountaintop trying to talk to you from on the ground. That ain't what I'm doing. I'm right here next to you. You know what I'm saying?
I think in this discussion, I hope people can read between the lines and see a lot of what we just talked about is not in the book. And sorry for your loss.
Appreciate it.
Didn't know that there was a connection there with especially that chapter. I just know for the people who feel like perhaps they're holding a lot of weight and they don't really know where to begin, knowing that it's okay to take the time to pause, to breathe, and let the weight go if possible, versus hurting yourself for sure, is an option. And I think this book is a terrific read for people who don't want to read a long book, but really want to get to the meat of real issues. So you did an excellent job of summarizing that and then having the reflection pieces in the end that I think is a book that you should read it twice a year. There's no reason you have the time. At least I do. I have the time.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. That makes me feel good, bro, because even that helps me. Like I said, that helps me. I'm trying to get it out to as many people as I want to. It's not a money thing. Like I'm trying to put it in libraries or, people got businesses and you just want to sit down and read. Like I want to have it there that you can actually access it. It ain't about nothing else but being able to just reach out to the people and see if it's something that they can connect with, honestly.
Sure.
So being able, you being older than me and being able to understand it, that's helpful for me because I didn't even write it for older people. You know what I'm saying? I wrote it for people that's at my age and lower, like just going through the 20s, you know what I'm saying? Going through the teens and the 20s. So to hear people in different age, you're not the first person that told me who was older than me, but I consider, you're a pretty wise, pretty wise person. So to hear you, you know what I'm saying? So to hear you say that, like, okay, I'm on to something. I did something decent there. Okay, so yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you reading it for real.
No doubt, no doubt. Is there anything else you want to add? Any other areas of life that you're building that we haven't talked about that you want to add to this segment?
Nah, man, my son will be here any day soon, so I'll be a parent of 2 for the next book.
That's a big ad right there.
I'll be a parent of 2 for the next book. Right now, man, I'm just trying to build this brand up, man. Like I said, 2026 is just year of intention. So I'm gonna try to get back to building this book up, building up my Black Male Therapy page, trying to bring that podcast back. And yeah, man, that's about it right now.
All right, that's what's up, bro. Well, you're gonna have to breathe a little bit when you bring in the second kid. And
I'm gonna read it right when you're born.
Yeah.
Let me read this, man.
Do that a day before delivery. That's what's up. Well, I appreciate y'all joining the show today, and take some time, add reading if you haven't to your healthy habits, and perhaps stack Breathe Brother by Mr. Samul Beal III.
Like I said, teammatetv.com, man. Black Male Therapy is the page. Teammate TV on all platforms. Yeah, man, if you want to connect, I'm always available to connect in whatever way. We can get money together. We can talk about it. We can pray together, all that. So
that's what's up, bro. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man.
All right. Peace.